So Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was recently announced, and all I have to say about that is this. Really, honestly, another one. Another fucking Assassin's Creed game? Who is requesting these games? Seriously, did anyone actually play and remember Assassin's Creed 3? That bullshit, piss poor excuse for game? I played it for a little while and I was done. I didn't need to see any more of these games. These games, they're not hard, they're not challenging, they're not memorable, and they certainly don't have any likable qualities outside of, oh, well, you're an assassin sitting on jobs. Yeah, a bunch of other games are like that. If it's not Metal Gear Solid or Splinter Cell or Hitman or any other type of game where you're actually going somewhere and doing something that you haven't done that actually feels fun in the process, it's very monotonous in these Assassin's Creed games. And then the third one, I mean, I've already discussed how I feel about the Assassin's Creed games and my thoughts on the Assassin's Creed 3. Because I was hyped about it at first, because I'm like, okay, well, we're going to try something different this time. But no, it's pretty much just like Call of Duty. You know, most people are like, oh, well, Black Ops 2 is actually good. Yeah, it only took them 10 games to finally decide, okay, well, maybe we should try something a little different than what we've been doing. Really? You don't fucking say. We had to go through 10 games? You had to go through 10 games and go, well, let's try something different. Aside from the massive amounts of DLC for the past 5 or 6 titles of your fucking franchise. And that's the same thing with Assassin's Creed, man. The past 3 or 4 games have had a lot of DLC. If it's not a lot of DLC, it's a bunch of gimmicks. Whether it be multiplayer, or in the third one, a bunch of fucking mini games that make it seem like, oh man, it's so big and expansive. When in reality, most of these multiplayer games, they're distractions. The side quests in Assassin's Creed games don't really amount to much because what you get just makes the game even fucking easier. The game is not that hard. You can blow through the third Assassin's Creed game in a few days. And I'm really getting tired of these kinds of games where you get them and you can beat them within the same day. Or, if you're like me, take your time with them, or at least you try to, you beat them within a week, if not 2 weeks. Usually, the way my schedule is, I don't really have much time as I used to blow through these games real quick. So if it's like a mission-based style of game, I play them a day at a time. Because that's really how stressed for time I have. I need to get rest and everything else. But on my days off, I can just pretty much sit down and play these games for as long as I'd like. Even though I still don't, to some extent, like I used to. So what's the first thing about Assassin's Creed 4? Well, the first thing I thought of was Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, they're literally scraping the last bits of ideas they have left for this fucking franchise. And they showed this long, over-the-top cinematic trailer talking about, oh, well, there's not much I know about this man, and I just saw him take out an entire armada. I'm like, okay, look. The one thing they did not show in that teaser, because I know it's a teaser, is gameplay. Showing how confident they are about making this game. They did the exact opposite with the third one. The third one of the first things they showed was gameplay. And it looked great, but the final version of the game looked worse than the demo that they showed. And the fourth one, I'm telling you now, even though it's supposed to come out for the PS4, which I have plenty to say about in a later video, even though it's going to come out for the PS4, this is not going to, even if it looks impressive, graphic-wise, it ain't going to play much better. It's not going to be hard. The enemy's AI is still going to be brain dead. You're going to have a big, expansive area to basically do nothing but run around. All this climbing. You don't go inside many places at all, either. All this elaborate platforming elements for what? To run away from the next enemy? To find the next area to go to get an item? I mean, it don't feel like an adventure, man, when I'm in the same area, even when I go in different areas. Each area is going to be designed very similarly. There are not too many things I can say good about Assassin's Creed, because I hate to say it, but since the first one, it's been false advertising from the beginning. And I'm kind of tired of seeing this. I'm tired of seeing these kinds of games where they say, well, this is what we're going to do, and then the result is everything but. Who requested these games to continually be made? This is what, number 8? You know, I could say the same thing about God of War games, but at least you can sit down and play and have fun with the God of War games. I can't say I played the God of War game that was like, oh man, this is terrible, because even though I'm not a fan, I'll sit there, I'll play a game and be honest with you and be like, okay, well, this game is good, or this game fucking sucks. You know, I'll be like, all right, well, Final Fantasy 13-2 may still have a shitty story with bad characters, but, you know, it's a likable RPG to some extent. It's no Chrono Trigger. It's no Final Fantasy VI. It's no Tactics. It's no Vagrant Story. But you can kind of like and play this game. Assassin's Creed, there's nothing to like about this game unless you love monotony and love shitty games packaged as if they're good. They ain't gonna be too many likable qualities about Black Flag, Black Fail, more like that's the new name for Assassin's Creed 4 to me, Black Fail. Because they're going to continuously fail to do anything right with this. I was hoping for the Assassin's Creed franchise up to this point to get its shit together. But no, instead of getting it, yeah, it gets its shit together alright, it piles it up and refuses to clean it up. Ubisoft has not done bad things at an excessive amount. But if I had to say if they were doing something bad, look no fucking further than this. We got the Rayman games, so okay, that's looking good. And other titles, but this, I know it's their biggest franchise, but I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, but at the same time, like anybody else, I'm not that surprised either. Just like Resident Evil 6, or really anything else they plan to do with the franchise up to this point, they're gonna have to prove themselves to me, because right now what I'm seeing, I'm not happy about at all. Anybody in their right mind would not be happy about this either, and why should they? It's the same fucking game we got last year and the year before that. What, we're gonna have a ton of fun? What type of bullshit DLC we're gonna have now? Oh well, you can play as Altair in multiplayer. I'm gonna tell you exactly what Assassin's Creed 4 is gonna have. Improved naval battle systems. I mean, that's a given. You're gonna center it around pirates. Of course they're gonna have naval. That was the only good thing they had in the third one, was the naval battles, because the actual battles amounted to, you know, in the other ones, you like, okay, you hold the guard button, mash the X button, and eventually the enemies will kill themselves. And then in the third one, you press a button, and then the enemies die. In this one, what are they going to do? I'm going to look at the enemy, and they'll freeze in place? They'll run away in fear? There's not going to be much to look forward to in this game. Fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, Blackbeard bullshit that we haven't already seen already. I'm done with these fucking games. And I'm surprised that the rest of the world isn't by now either. What are we going to be on? Assassin's Creed 11? Remember, this is the 8th one. Yeah, you may have had in-between and side stories, but still, it's in the chronological storyline. Desmond still has yet to be a likable, memorable character. And they still don't want to admit that Ezio was probably the best character they had. And that's counting every other character in all the rest of the games. There wasn't much else to say about the rest of the characters. There really wasn't. No fucking memorable music, no memorable level designs. It just, the list goes on and on with what is wrong with these games. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, and someone's got to say something about it. And so here I am. Au revoir.